Obianuju, you're still here washing clothes? When will you learn to get yourself a husband? Amara's voice echoed through the stream as she and Ogechi busted into laughter. Obianuju felt the similar sting of their words but didn't respond. She focused on scrubbing her father's wrapper, her hands trembling slightly. She had grown used to their mockery and the cruel taunts of the villagers, but it didn't hurt any less. In Umudi village, being unmarried at 25 was a disgrace, especially for a maiden. Obianuju's two younger sisters, Ogechi and Amara, had married young and lived in nearby compounds. They never missed an opportunity to remind her of her failure. To the villagers, Obianuju's size was the problem. She was bigger than the other maidens, and the boys laughed at her whenever she passed by. No man wanted her, they said. Ugonna, the handsome son of Chief Okonkwo, admired Obianuju in secret. He was an eligible bachelor that every maiden in the village admired. He was dark, tall, and charming. He had seen Obianuju several times washing clothes in the stream, helping her mother to the market, and her grace as she moved through the farm paths. There was something about her that stirred his heart. The buzz in the village was louder than ever. Chief Okonkwo had announced that this year's New Yam festival would be held in his big compound. It was no ordinary celebration. The chief had made it clear that Ugonna would pick a wife that day. Maidens from Umudi and even neighboring villages prepared eagerly, sewing their best outfits and perfecting their dance steps. Obianuju, however, refused to go.
"I'm not going to that festival,"
she told her mom as she pounded yam in their small kitchen.
"What's the point? They will only mock me."
Her mother Egodi sighed and sat beside her. "My daughter, you can't hide forever. You are beautiful, kind and hardworking. You deserve to enjoy the festival like everyone else."
"But Mama..."
"No buts. I have already bought you a dress. You will go." When the day arrived, Obianuju reluctantly put on the dress. It was a simple yet beautiful red dress that hugged her curves. Her mother had even styled her hair. Despite her initial hesitation, when Obianuju looked in the small mirror, she saw someone she barely recognized. She looked radiant. The festival was a grand affair. The chief's compound was decorated with palm fronds and colorful wrappers. Drums echoed through the air as masquerades danced energetically. Maidens lined up to show off their skills and beauty, each hoping to catch Ugonna's eye. Ugonna stood by his father, watching the performances. The maidens were beautiful, yes, but none of them stirred Ugonna's heart. He glanced around and saw Obianuju standing at the back of the crowd, trying to remain unnoticed. Her red dress stood out like a flame. He made up his mind. When the performance ended, the maidens lined up, waiting for Ugonna to choose. The crowd held their breath as Ugonna passed them one by one. Each girl stood straighter, hoping it would be her, but Ugonna kept walking. Then he stopped, not in front of the line, but at the back of the crowd.
"I choose Obianuju,"
he said, loud enough for everyone to hear. The entire crowd erupted in shock.
"Obianuju, that fat girl. Why her? She wasn't even in the lineup."
Chief Okonkwo's face turned red with embarrassment. He grabbed Ugonna by the arm and said harshly,
"You will not disgrace me like this. Pick someone else."
But Ugonna stood his ground.
"I have made my choice, Papa."
After the festival, Ugonna began meeting Obianuju secretly at the stream. He confessed his feelings to her one quiet afternoon and she washed her family's clothes.
"I've been watching you for a long time, Obianuju,"
he said, his voice steady.
"You are not like the others. You are strong, kind and beautiful."
Obianuju looked at him stunned.
"Me? Beautiful? Do you know how they talk about me in this village?"
"I don't care what they say. I know what I see."
Their secret meetings became more frequent. They laughed, shared secrets, and even planned a future together. But rumors of their courtship spread quickly through the village. When Chief Okonkwo heard, he was furious. He called Ugonna into his hut.
"You will never marry that girl,"
he said.
"Do you want to ruin our family's name? There are so many beautiful maidens, and you choose her."
"I love her, Papa," Ugonna replied, "and I will marry her."
"You dare defy me?"
"Yes." The argument ended in a standoff. Ugonna left the hut, determined to find a way to force his father's hand. One evening, as they sat by the stream, Ugonna told Obianuju about his plan.
"If he won't let me marry you, we will give him no choice,"
he said. What do you mean? She asked.
We will tell him you're pregnant.
Ugonna, that's too much. What if he disowns you?
He won't. In this village, once a man gets a maiden pregnant, he must marry her. It's the law. My father cares too much about his reputation to defile it.
After much hesitation, Obianuju agreed. The next morning, Ugonna told his father the news. Chief Okonkwo was livid.
How could you do this? Do you know what you've done? I've done what I had to do, Papa.
Ugonna replied calmly.
I love her.
The chief knew the law. If Ugonna refused to marry Obianuju, the family's name would be ruined. After a long tense silence, he said,
Fine, you will marry her, but don't expect me to be happy about it.
The entire village attended the traditional marriage. Some came out of curiosity, others came to gossip. But as Obianuju walked into the compound, dressed in a stunning traditional outfit, everyone's jaw dropped. She looked beautiful, her confidence shining brighter than ever. The ceremony was alive with joy. Women served hot jollof rice, pounded yam with egusi soup, and grilled fish on clay plates. Sweet palm wine poured freely, and roasted plantains filled the air with delicious smell. Drummers beat their talking drums as maidens danced gracefully. Children giggled, chasing a playful masquerade, while elders sat in group, nodding with pride. Obianuju and Ugonna stepped into the dance circle, holding hands. Their steps were slow and graceful, full of love. The crowd cheered loudly, clapping in time with the music. As the last guest left and the drummers packed up their instruments, Obianuju stood beside Ugonna, looking out over the now empty compound. I didn't think I could be this happy, she said softly. Ugonna smiled.
You deserve this and more, Obianuju. You are my everything.
Ugonna held her hand proudly, and for the first time, Obianuju felt truly seen and loved. A month after their traditional marriage, Chief Okonkwo began to notice things he hadn't before. Obianuju was not only hardworking, but also kind-hearted. She took care of the household, treated everyone with respect, and brought a warmth to their family that hadn't been there before. Slowly, the chief's opinion changed. One day, he called Ugonna aside.
You chose well, my son,
He said.
Obianuju is a good woman.
The villagers who once mocked Obianuju began to admire her. Her story became a beacon of hope for other maidens who didn't fit into the traditional mold. She showed them that love wasn't about size or beauty, but about heart and resilience. And as for Obianuju and Ugonna, their love only grew stronger, proving to everyone that true love always finds a way. Like my story, subscribe for more. Thank you for watching.